I'm Alex.
And I'm Teddy.
And I'm Spencer.
And we are
The Button Mappers.
Hey, the Button Mappers. Welcome to Game Talk, everybody, where this month is not Donkey Kong month. Don't let Teddy lie to you. He's going to lie to you. We already recorded the next episode. He's going to lie to you and say it's Donkey Kong month. It's not. We're not doing that shit this month. Welcome to Game Talk.
Right, Alex, this is actually Black Metal Month.
Nah. For the most metal of months, we brought on the most metal of gamers, Black Metal Gamer.
Notorious BMG, what up, man?
Hey, how's it going? Thanks for having me on.
Oh yeah, and I guess Spencer's here. I don't know.
Hey, guys. We're so metal.
I'm here too.
Hey guys, how's it going? Nice to see you. Just talk like Nathan Explosion the whole time.
Yeah.
Welcome to Game Talk.
Holy shit.
It'll be the most metal episode of Game Talk ever. So yeah, just welcome to Random Game Talk. We have a random assortment of games. I'm excited to see what we have to throw out there. But before we do that, we always open Game Talk with questions. So let's go ahead and jump into those questions, guys.
Before we jump, one other place that you can jump is over to the Discord. You can frolic and chat with Button Mapper fans.
Not as easy as it looks, is it, Teddy? Not as easy as it looks. We're also on Apple
Like
Podcasts
every week.
and Spotify.
That again, uninterrupted?
It's on Apple Podcasts and Spotify.
Thank you.
Yeah, and while you're doing that, you can throw a big DK barrel at that like button and do a ground pound on that subscribe button. So make sure you do that too. It's DK month, right?
Shut up.
Is it not DK?
No,
I don't know.
no, it's not DK month.
Oh, sorry. It's not DK. Don't do that then.
MG, you want to do any plugs?
Not much. You can just find me on YouTube, Black Metal Gamer. I'm on Instagram and YouTube. Used to do video content reviews, stuff like that, skits, comedy, songs. I occasionally do, but I'm just a video game live streamer now. Which, AKA, I'm lazy. I just want to hit record and play games while you talk to me.
You got the COVID-19 anthem.
That's true. I put some effort into that.
You're also releasing an audiobook called The Musings of a Madman, I believe, right?
Yeah, so I'm going to rant about people that piss me off. Like poor people. Fat people.
I didn't know we were doing this kind of show today.
Can you give us a sample? Can you do one about gamers?
Gamers?
Yeah, you know what pisses me off.
They don't piss me off too much.
Oh, okay.
What about ugly gamers?
Yeah, ugly gamer. There we go.
Oh yeah, your neckbeard soy gamers. Yeah, definitely. Especially if they're fat. They're in GameStop and they're wearing like an extra small and they're 400 pounds. Like, why are you doing this? Wear a fucking muumuu. All right, wear a goddamn tent as a garb. And I don't want to smell your sweat. Like, gross. Take a shower, then go pick games.
There you go.
Beautiful.
Like,
This audiobook.
This
like,
and more
why
from
do
his
you always-
audiobook.
They smell like hot dog water. I don't got time for that.
No time for hot dog water. We're moving to the next store. Got game hunting today.
Moving on to our first question comes from dedicated fan of the show, Terry309.
Up, Terry.
We actually have two questions. because Terry was recently crowned Terry was crowned the question master for the Ultimate Q&A contest. So he gets two questions. First question: what PC exclusive game do you want ported to console and why?
What does that mean?
Uh,
The Witcher 2, I don't know. Is PC?
That's on 360.
Yeah, that's on 360.
Shit. Don't know any.
Yeah, I don't know any
RuneScape.
PC exclusive games.
I know what I want. I want VR chat on PSVR. Yeah.
Ooh.
Ooh, yeah. That'd be awesome.
Ooh, I think I want the patched KOTOR 2. So KOTOR, for the history behind that, KOTOR 2 was first released on the Xbox, but it was not finished. It was just kind of rushed out and just released as is. But it has a finished version on Steam. You can download it, and it's got the full everything that was cut, supposedly. I would like that packaged up and put back on the Xbox store. That way I could play it on my couch.
Okay.
You know what? I would like Sonic 3 Air. It's like the fan game. I don't know. One of 5 games on my PC right now.
I'm gonna say Minesweeper. Okay, moving on.
We also need the true Serious Sam 2 and Serious Sam 4. We got the collection, and it's just first and second encounter and 3 for some reason.
Yeah, that is true. I could have said Serious Sam 2. I do want that one. Question 2. What is the most expensive game you have ever bought? By this, I mean you paid a lot, not it being worth more later.
The most expensive I've spent money on was Warsong on the Genesis. I got it complete in box for $69.99. Nice. I don't know. I just really thought that it would be a good strategy RPG on a system that really doesn't have many RPGs, and it kind of sucked. But I did get my time's worth, and I resold it for about the same.
Does collector's editions count?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I spent about $130, I think, for God of War 3 collector's edition with the art book and the Pandora's box, which I still have. I mount my Viking drinking horn on top of it, which is fitting because years later we got the God of War in Scandinavia. So there you go.
If collector's editions count, mine is kind of embarrassing.
We all knew
It
it
was
would
about
be.
Hatsune Miku.
No, it's
Catherine
not
with the
about
boxers.
Senran Kagura.
No, it's surprisingly, it's not Simran Kagura. It's actually not anything like that. It's embarrassing. I'm trying to think of the name of the game. Oh, because it's Skylanders Imaginators. I bought the Crash Bandicoot edition that came with Crash Bandicoot and Cortex figures. That was about $100. So.
Mine was probably some Atlas game or something for $70, just to get the little additional pack-ins or something. I can't think of one. There's probably a couple that were $70, but that's about it.
That's a wise investment, though. That's never going to lose its value.
I got a bunch of the DS ones. They weren't that much, but the DS ones are awesome because they always had like a book with like a CD in it and then the pictures or whatever. And my Persona Q one has tarot cards.
It's like
When's the
that.
last time you used those?
Yesterday.
Nice.
Had to get my reading. I mean, I'm not going to wake up and not
Doing
do my
a
reading.
horoscope.
Yeah.
And today I'm going to play my first tarot card.
You've activated my tarot card.
What's your sign, Spencer?
Oh, God. It's tarot. I don't
Jack
know.
Frost.
Yeah. I'm a lemur.
You're a lemur.
Yeah. What does that say about?
Next question is from Majority. He asked, "Is the DK64 rap better than modern music? Why or why not?"
No.
Modern rap music.
Well, okay.
Modern rap music. Sorry, I skipped that part.
Well, I listen to underground stuff, so I find some good shit. But mainstream, yeah, DK rap all day. If I turn on the radio and listen to the newest songs, yeah, DK wins.
I would love to turn on the radio and hear the DK rap.
Gotta love DK month.
It's not DK month.
What underground hip hop's better than the DK rap nowadays?
Name one.
I like E40 and Too Short. They still make music. They're about to start a super group called Mount Westmore with them two, Snoop Dogg and Ice Cube. So I'm looking forward to that.
Okay. Well, hidden gem time.
Yes, hidden gems.
Oh no, it starts.
Alex has some competition.
Ooh, I'd be threatened if I were you.
I don't listen to rap music But being that it is DK month, I will just agree that it is better than current
Oh,
rap.
here's a good debate. DK rap or Parappa the Rapper rap?
Parappa the Rapper.
Ooh.
Dun,
Parappa the
dun,
Rapper all the way.
dun.
Kick, punch, it's all in the mind.
Brother Rapper has so many good
It made
raps.
me
I like
think of that because of your PS1 versus N64 talk. So that came to my mind. Like, that's the real debate. It's the raps.
Yeah, but how
I
about
mean-
the raps?
DK has
We all know
one
which
rap.
console's better. Let's talk about rap.
Rapper's got like 5 raps, so.
Yeah, it's got many raps.
BG Mashup has the next question. I do want to clarify that he says, "What an amazing guest," but he's talking about himself, so that's kind of vain.
He was not talking about you, BMG.
Yeah, that's fine. I figured these were pre-written.
Yeah.
Pre-text.
Question time.
Like-
What do you miss from the 7th generation, PS3, Wii, and Xbox 360? I'll throw the Wii U in there because fuck it.
It is.
That you hope makes a return in the current 9th generation. It could be a type of game, feature, or whatever else.
Go Sin and Punishment.
Like what game do we hope returns?
Just anything. Like what do you miss from that generation that you want to see returned? It's
Should I
not
a
definitely?
type of game, feature, or whatever else.
I definitely don't miss the PS3 store speed. That can go right in the trash.
Oh my god. Oh my. I have haunting memories of the fucking dial tones. You
It's
go,
like
bonk,
it's-
and then you just sit there forever.
It's like using dial-up on Internet Explorer. It's garbage. I miss Max Payne 3. Bring that back, remastered, 120 frames.
But they should.
Rockstar wants to act like it doesn't exist. We got LA Noire. I don't need LA Noire in 60 frames. It's a fucking point-and-click adventure. The fuck?
Yeah, they don't do anything with that character anymore.
There's so many games though.
I straight despise that
Like,
generation.
We need more. Yeah, it was. People praise it, but dude, that was the decline of Japanese gaming for a long time. You had to search for like the niche RPGs on the Wii and PS3. Well, even 360 had shit like Lost Odyssey and stuff like that. But many Japanese devs tried to be Western, and it ruined everything. Like Quantum Theory, is that the game?
Yeah.
The wannabe Gears game? Oh God.
Oh, by is it Ninja Theory? Who was that? Is that one of
No,
those
that
companies?
was. I thought that was Koei Tecmo.
Yeah, never mind. It was Koei, wasn't it? I got okay.
Yeah, Ninja Theory did Heavenly Sword and Devil May Cry, like the
I get them
different
mixed up
one.
a lot.
Which is,
Sorry, I get them mixed up with Team Ninja. Actually,
yeah, a lot of people do.
I would just hope that instead I would reverse his question and say, what do I want from it, and what do I not want from it, and it would be everything. I just wish that whole generation would just go away and we could restart.
Hey, I have a good one you might agree with, Spencer. We need more Wii Masters, like Wii Hidden Gems on the Switch. I'll take that. I mean, we're getting Skyward Sword. That's a start, but there's so many good games on the Wii.
No, get rid of that too.
You know what?
Fuck you, Spencer.
You know what? Donkey Kong Returns in 1080p.
No, return in 4K.
Okay. On the Super Switch, whatever, Switch Pro.
Basically, with that generation, they just said, you know what? Fuck RPGs. And then I was like, all right, I'm out. Fuck you. That was that whole
Here's Blue
generation.
Dragon.
Yeah, Nino Cooney. You had the Project Rainfall shit on the Wii. I mean, we did get Xenoblade Chronicles on the Switch, so
They already brought
there
that.
you
They
go.
remastered that twice. So I'll take.
Dude, I'm scared to play that game. I don't want to play a 100-hour game, and I don't like RPGs with relationship shit in it. Stupid.
Xenoblade Chronicles is really good. The relationship stuff. I wouldn't worry about it.
No. You just talk trash about Wii ports. I don't want to hear you talk about that.
No,
Name is
that's-
Wii Port. Is
They
that
took-
a sailing game?
I call them
Yeah.
Wii Masters.
Wii Masters. Yeah, Wii Masters.
Yeah, they took the good ones. Everything else is just refuse. I don't want it.
You know, like Wario Shake 'em?
I think I could live without playing Wario Shake 'em.
Hey, shake him.
Skip
Bacon,
it.
bacon.
I know. I'm like, dude, I'm like shaking the Joy-Cons like they're two dildos. Like, I don't know, man. I gotta move on.
Yeah, I got things to do in my life. It ain't
What have I done with my life?
I guess my answer would be I want to see Sega do something with Binary Domain. That game was cool. And it didn't go
Yes.
anywhere, so.
I have my PS3 copy. Man, I wish that was on back compat on the Xbox so it could be upscaled because.
Yeah, they tried to sell that game as like a Gears type shooter, but it's so much more than that. So, very cool game.
Yeah, it's a Gotoku game. It's almost an RPG. It's just the combat isn't RPG standards. It's a cover shooter, but like your choices, your party. I was like, this is an RPG full on through with the story, with like the replicants. Yeah, I liked it.
Except we got Axel Wolf asked a question. He says, "Has a video game ever ruined a friendship for you?" I guess in my case, it was. I can't. What the fuck was that? I don't know. It's a bunch of emojis. I can't. Axel Wolf, look at man. I don't speak emoji.
Use your words.
Did he put a bunch of egg?
skills?
Is there a bunch of eggplants? He might be saying something else.
No, there's like a chicken. There's a cancel sign, and then there's like a tongue sticking out of a mouth. I can't tell.
Whoa, maybe a game that ended friends with benefit? Because I'm thinking cocklicking canceled.
Much for that friendship.
Yeah.
Has a video game ever ruined a friendship for you guys?
No,
Yeah,
it's not that deep, fam.
I guess.
It's ruined my my camaraderie with my brother in our at a certain age. We used to get in fights over Street Fighter, and he'd cry like a little bitch because I'd beat him.
I did that with Smash Bros. Just I was not a nice kid. I've never been a nice person, so I apologize in advance for what this is going to sound like. A friend of mine lent me Pokemon Yellow, and then I lent it to another friend in exchange for some Pokemon cards. And then the original friend came by to ask where it was, and I said, I don't know. I'll get it to you in, like tomorrow. And then
That's why you don't have Chrono Trigger today.
Yep, there you go. That's karma. And I didn't lose that first friend, but the second friend that I lent it to, I got mad at him for not being home. And then we weren't like close friends anyway, so I don't think it was anything serious. But yeah, there's my douchebag story. I have many more.
Only I wouldn't say friendships are ruined. I mean, it's not deep at all, but unless you're looking at cock and dip, the closest it's come is with friends who've they show their true colors when it comes to being super imposing and opinionated about video games. Like, dude, Skyrim's if you don't like this, you're stupid. I'm like, okay. And so I just try not to buy into friend hype about certain video games.
Fortunately for me, I was the biggest game dork of anybody I hung out with, so that wasn't a problem. I just kind of kept my gaming to myself. I didn't hype shit. I did, however, we had a sleepover back in the Super NES era. We had a sleepover, and one of my friends fucking cried like a little bitch and threw a temper tantrum because we all wanted TMNT Turtles in Time on Super NES. Sleepover, right? What a perfect game to play co-op with. This motherfucker wanted Sim City. We're just both talking shit. Like, dude, we're not about to have a fucking sleepover and watch you build cities all night. Get the fuck out of here.
Amazing.
Sleep over your house if you want that. Okay?
That's something you stay up by yourself all night. The fuck?
I don't say I've ruined friendships. I'm definitely still friends with these guys, but there was a time where I had a group of friends that were super into like playing Call of Duty Online and like Halo and stuff, and I just wasn't really into it. So I just didn't go over there as much as as I did before. I was just like, whatever. So I was like, I'll stay here and play Street Fighter 4 or whatever.
Alex, I think it's saying cock block.
Oh.
Oh,
That makes sense. Axel Wolf, you gotta not do that, okay? I'm old. I don't know the emojis.
dude, are we evolving back to Egyptians with these emojis?
Oh my god.
We're gonna like in 1,000 years there'll be hieroglyphics of a poop emoji and eggplant with lips, and aliens will be like, "What is this?
What does it mean?"
That's just a theory. An internet, social media, YouTube theory.
Evolution is cyclical.
Thanks for commenting.
Next up, we have RPG Archive. He says, question for you. Is there any game/movie that you saw professional reviewers, quote unquote professional reviewers, score one way that you felt they missed the ball entirely? I think the example that comes to my brain first, because it's such like a most like very common example, was I think it was IGN gave God Hand like a 4 or something.
Oh yeah, and they turned out they never played it.
That. Yeah, they never played it because that game's amazing. It's just like
I didn't play that.
Like scored worse than like Imagine Babies or something.
The guy couldn't beat the first level, so he just gave it a 4 out of 10.
Was it Dean Takahashi? It was him, wasn't it?
I don't know.
I don't know. Somebody from IGN, but that's like one of the most infamous examples.
It's the guy that couldn't pass a tutorial in Cuphead.
Oh my god.
Yikes.
For me, it's kind of the opposite. Oh, are you done?
No, I was gonna give an actual answer. My real answer is I'm a Sonic fan, so basically my entire existence. Moving on.
For me, it's kind of an opposite problem. Like, I like reading like the Nintendo reviews. I subscribe to Nintendo Force. I get the physical magazines. But when you go to the back of the magazine and everything is a 6 and above and there's nothing below that, something's wrong. So I just don't like this kind of like supreme loyalty to games and the like overhype because of brand loyalty.
You said it was a Nintendo magazine?
Called Nintendo Force. It's like the spiritual successor to Nintendo Power. It's a fan project and it's like a Patreon thing. Well, I'll show you after the show. It's cool.
Interesting.
At that point, it's funded basically by Nintendo. You'd have to imagine.
I get it. But, be real about Gal Metal.
No, it's amazing. Innovative. Gal Metal.
Through the first stage. Let's leave out the part where you can't get to the next stage. I think they did give that a 4, but whatever.
Yeah.
Sorry, what was the question again? I kind of missed this one.
Is there any game/movie that you saw professional reviewers score one way and you felt they missed the ball entirely?
Oh, yeah, I'd say like The Order 1886. That was a good game, and that got lampooned because of its length for some reason.
I played a little bit of that game. That game's really fucking pretty.
Yeah, that was a tech demo.
Yeah.
It should have been $40. It wouldn't have got blasted like that.
Mine would be a movie. It was The Last Jedi. That's when I completely gave up on reviewers. When
I still
like,
haven't watched it. I listened to Itch podcast with you like giving a deep review of it, and I was like, I don't want to see this shit.
Oh my god, it was so bad. It's like, can't we just admit that it's bad? And it like created like a whole firestorm on the internet. People just be like, it's not bad. He was just trying to defy your expectations.
Bro,
you don't want to talk to me about Last Jedi, me or Damon, because we have the opposite opinion.
Oh my god,
I hated 7 and 9 completely. So 8 was the only one I somewhat enjoyed because it tried to be different.
I don't understand why you would try to be different.
I'm
from
not
Star
people
Wars.
Listen, I'm not getting into it though. Okay.
I'd say the Rey trilogy is the Final Fantasy 13 trilogy of Star Wars movies. There we go.
The whole thing is just shit. Like, can we just package it as bad
Waste of my damn time.
and just start over, do a new one, pretend it never happened? I think they're actually gonna do that, which is pretty funny. But I heard they're gonna actually create like an alternate universe. It's just hilarious.
I do like the awkward, weird memes of Adam Driver shirtless with his steroid pecs. That shit's hilarious.
His box chest.
Yeah,
Dude, I think was it Razorfist said that guy looks like a real life sketch, like a criminal sketch art.
yeah.
His face. That was a strange looking man.
When he took off his shirt, like everyone was like, he's kind of buff. He's like, it should have been. He's kind of buff, but he also looks really weird and terrible.
He looks like a robot.
Yeah, yeah. He looks like there's something wrong with him.
Yeah, like he's got like he still has a skinny Roger Waters from Pink Floyd face head on like this big mech man flesh body. It's fucking weird.
Yeah, it looks like his chest is gonna open up for like missiles to come out.
Yeah. It looks odd.
Yeah, that was like the most Kojima shit I've seen in a not Kojima movie.
Yeah.
Moving on, SNES Snapper asks, "What is the most gory or violent game you haven't played?" That's a good question for you, Jason. What you got?
Oh shit! All right, I got Splatterhouse 09 on 7th gen. That was a gory game. I mean, you rip out organs off a monster's asshole. And probably the past 2 Mortal Kombat games, dude. Pick your poison, X or 11. Those are gory as fuck games.
That was probably my answer too. Was X or 11? Those games brought the fatalities this up a fucking notch. Like my favorite one is the one from X where you play as Kenshi and you like twirl the sword around as like a blade, you know, as like a saw or whatever, and you push the person through it and it slowly chops them into like little tiny pieces. And it's like, holy fuck! Like, I never thought this would be a thing.
I don't play gory games. I don't like gory things. I'm very averse to it, like blood and guts. Like I play Dragon Quest. I don't like seeing blood. I guess
Dragon Quest is awesome.
Yeah, I like how sunny it is and warm and fun.
Get a Dragon Quest fan?
I guess like a game that I actually liked and played a lot of, I would say Metal Gear Solid 3 was had brutal parts to it, I suppose.
So you don't like any Resident Evil?
I played, Resident Evil. I played. We did a playthrough of the original Resident Evil remade on the GameCube, and I thought it was good. I didn't think it was that gory though.
Yeah, the original isn't that bad.
No, 2 remake gets to the gory territory. 4. So yeah, the old school ones aren't too bad. They're just point and click games.
You played The Last of Us, Spencer. Do you think those count as like violent or gory?
Oh yeah, that's gory.
Yeah,
I guess they have like really like visceral, moments.
They had brutality to it. There were moments. It didn't stand out to me though. I don't think of it as gory. I think of it as a story between a guy and his kid. So I don't necessarily.
Tragedy happens. That's the tragic parts, but it's not like it's intentionally gory. Like you're out just hate criming shit.
Well, I think that's kind of like what makes it stick out to me is that like the parts where Joel has to like fend, like fight hand to hand and stuff. It feels so visceral because it feels real, So.
Yeah, I guess that's up there. Maybe that would be more violent than Metal Gear Solid 3, I guess.
Last of Us 2 needs to go to PC so I can get my dream mod of Abby golf beating simulator.
Teddy, what you got?
Probably in recent memory, Super Mario Sunshine. With blood and a lot of gore when you're spraying.
If you don't have an answer, I have an actual answer.
Hey, if you mod that game
obviously.
with blood instead of water, that'd be a gory ass game.
Now we're talking on Nintendo.
For the beach
blood
stages,
mod.
I was gonna go Yakuza 0. I mean, I'm not big into the gore either, but there's a lot of scenes like some cutting of the fingers and some real, badass beatdowns. So I enjoyed what I played of 0, 6, a little bit of 1. So yeah.
I was going to say back in the day, Teddy, you and I reviewed Mad World.
I didn't like it.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean it's not gory or violence.
I didn't even remember that existed, so I don't.
Yeah.
I guess technically, it's what is the one you have played. So I guess sure.
The goriest game I've ever played.
That might be
First act of Mad World.
What about like Doom? Anybody fuck with Doom? The reboots?
Oh, yeah, those are good. Good examples. I don't think these guys really care. So.
It has the devil in it.
So does Dragon Quest, okay?
That's true. My mom says I can't play Doom, so sorry.
Last question is coming from Turbo Zone. Seems like a nice guy.
Turbo.
Oops, my screen went into sleep mode. Hold on. There we go.
Turbo.
Turbo. When you were a kid, what was your dream job? Be realistic. Spencer, everybody wanted to be a billionaire dinosaur robot cyborg pirate. And how did your interests change as you got older, as they did? So basically, what did you want to be when you were a kid?
Wait, why did you say be realistic, Spencer? Everyone wanted to be a billionaire dinosaur cyborg pirate. What is that an allusion to something?
Yeah, because that's what you wanted to be, right?
You really liked Otacon.
I guess he's assuming you'd make some far-fetched job occupation. I don't know.
I mean, I was really dumb. I mean, I still am, but I was really dumb as a kid. I wanted to be a fire truck.
Well, right. I mean, currently my dream job is to be a bed tester working graveyard shift. So.
It's a kid and all.
But no. When I say that, like, be realistic, like a job that could have actually happened. You know, not like I want to be a fire truck. You know.
Okay.
As a young man, teenager, music producer, want to make metal records and shit for other bands.
I used to really like drawing, so I wanted to be an artist.
I wanted to be a cartoonist.
Yeah, I guess that's what. Yeah.
That was one time something I wanted to do, but that was at a younger age. Yeah, doing comic book art.
Let's do game journalism, but look at me now.
You're more of a journalist than most.
Yeah, anybody with a YouTube channel now is damn near a game journalist. They're more credible than click sites like GameSpot. Who even really takes those sites seriously anymore?
Yeah, what is their purpose?
Oh, you can't badmouth GameSpot. I'm just kidding.
Spot, more like Game Spite. I hate him. It's metal,
like
right?
Game Snot, if you know what I mean.
I blew my nose reading that Pokemon review.
Yeah. Well, those were our questions. Thanks for the questions. And if you have a question, put your question down in the comments where we have the questions, and we'll answer them in the questions of next Game Talk when we answer the questions.
I have a question.
What's that?
No,
Put it in the comments.
Oh, okay. I'll add it to the comments below.
Now's the part of Game Talk where we're talking about the games. And since we have a guest, we like to have the guest go first. Jason, buddy, you got a game to talk about for Game Talk?
Yeah, I got a couple. I was talking about Ubisoft before we started the show. I've been playing Immortal's Phoenix Rising. Went straight to that after Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Bad idea. I like Ubisoft games, and man, they litter their map with shit to do. Like, it's unnecessary.
Yeah, that's one of my biggest pet peeves. Do you want to go into maybe what the game's about for people that don't know anything about Immortal's Penis Rising?
I'm still early on. I'm trying to free the gods from certain regions. It's just Greek things, Greek mythological storyline. I'm fucking around more so than anything, finding loot, grinding, stuff like that, doing some of the puzzles. It's enjoyable. My gripes with it though is the puzzles kind of feel I don't know, they're not finely tuned. They're not like a Breath of the Wild shrine. Those were really well made puzzles. Some of these are just infuriating and feel cheaply made and tacked on. So I might go back to those. Who knows? But I'm doing more of looking for chests and doing more of the outdoor puzzles more than anything.
You know, everyone's saying that it's a Zelda clone, like in all aspects, like in combat and exploration and puzzles, like in all those ways.
Basically.
Well, yeah, when you climb too, you have stamina that drains. So you gotta have potions to refill that or unlock more stamina bars. Sound familiar? It's not a Zelda clone. Let's rephrase that. It's a Breath of the Wild clone.
Yeah.
Which Breath of the Wild is like a hybrid of Witcher and Skyrim and other Ubisoft games, which Ubisoft is ripping off an Ubisoft ripoff game of Ubisoft.
Wait.
Oh my God, my head's gonna pop.
No, and I can second that. Yeah, I've played about 10 hours, and yeah, it's definitely, it feels like not as good Breath of the Wild. It feels like I said, hey mom, pick me up some Breath of the Wild, and she was like, we already have Breath of the Wild.
Yeah,
it's right here.
It's like the Battletoads compared to the TMNT of Zelda games, or like the GoBots of Zelda. It feels like off-brand Zelda games.
How is the mythology handled? You like it?
I like the humor. It's kind of quirky and silly. If you like Disney's Hercules, you'll like this.
What are some of your favorite, like, Greco-Roman tie-ins?
I'm pretty early on. I can't even remember, honestly. I'm sorry.
Did you see like a Cyclops or something?
Your bias.
Like I'm dealing with Hermes right now, just collecting gods. I think I dealt with Athena. No, not Athena. What's the bitch that's tied to the tree? She's a tree bitch.
That's Aphrodite.
Aphrodite. There you go. I just got done with that.
Yeah, one of my favorite parts of the game right now is Ares, the god of war, has been turned into a chicken. So that's
Really?
kind of like a fun side quest. Yeah, is that like Ares is just a chicken now, and you have to help him like, you know, free himself from being like this weird chicken form where he's worthless, which is funny.
Spoiler alert. Damn it, I was so bummed of this Oscar award-winning game story. Ares.
You can block cock emoji.
It's pretty fucking funny.
Yeah, I like how the game is slapstick. It is a slapstick Ubisoft game. Like I said, it's almost like when they made Assassin's Creed Odyssey. It's like, let's do that again, but let's make it stupid. Like as far as like the storyline, like just tongue in cheek and cartoony. It's like an alternate universe version of that game. I don't know if you all played Assassin's Creed Odyssey. It's the same team though.
No, but I love Greek mythology, so that's why I wanted to pick up this game.
Played Prince of Persia. Is that similar?
Huh?
Prince of Persia?
Well, it's published by Ubisoft.
Prince of Persia, I mean, if you're saying it's like Assassin's Creed Odyssey, Prince of Persia would be like the great grandfather of that, right?
Well, Assassin's Creed, the first one's more like, it was a Prince of Persia game, and they scrapped the concept and relabeled it. But those games are a little more different. These new past three Ubisoft games, Valhalla, Odyssey, and Origins, they're almost like Witcher wannabe clones. They turn them into RPGs. You don't. I mean, yeah, you're an assassin, but they're like historical simulators almost. Like here's a History Channel presents Ancient Egypt, the game. Oh, History Channel presents Ancient Greece, the game. You know, and you have like things going on. But, dude, you can't kill anybody you want with assassinations in these games. There's like level caps, stuff like that.
I remember trying to play Origins, and I was like, it seems like this game really wants to be like The Witcher 3. But they don't want to put the effort into like story or like dialogue or cutscenes or make it seem as the things that make Witcher 3 great. They're just like, we have a game and a world. Let's just put them in there and make them level up like in that Witcher game.
See, I enjoyed them, but to fix it from not being tedious and long, first of all, I put in the easiest mode I can. So then grinding is not an issue. You can kind of breeze through the game and just stick to the main quest. Do not try to touch every single question mark. You're gonna feel like you're doing a job.
But isn't that... I go back and forth on these kinds of games because if you don't make the side quest worthwhile and then the main story isn't that interesting, which maybe it is to you, I don't know. But at what point does it become a job? and then you're just like, I'm just playing this game as a job.
Well, there's differences. There's story side quests, and then there's story main quests, and then there's just nonsense. Like, kill 10 boars to get a boost in, like, potion level up. Oh, do this. Or, like, unlock all these forts. Like, for what? Just, if there's no narrative involved, then I'm not going to do it. But there is some side shit, and it'll label it as such. Like, we actually talk to people, and there's cutscenes, and it's leading to something.
You must have hated Super Mario Odyssey.
What's that?
You must have hated Super Mario Odyssey.
Oh, I like it, but I don't think it's as great as everyone says it is. I'm not going to collect all those moons. I'm not into collecting. I'm not into tedious scavenger hunt gaming. Not like that. Like, I love Mario Galaxy. That's one of my favorite 3D Marios. That is actually well made and fun. But they're not littering fucking stars and moons everywhere.
Yeah.
So you don't want to talk to Toad?
No, I'll talk to Toad if he's worth my time. Because usually
Toad will make it worth your time.
At least in the Mario games, collecting certain things gives you more things to do, like levels to play, and that's the point. Like, I like the platform. Assassin's Creed, though, some pointless shit gets you a different variant of a piece of armor with no stat increase, or a different skin. Like, I don't give a fuck about getting a purple horse. Get the fuck out of here. Maybe if I want a Prince build.
I can kind of feel some of that. See, so like when I picked up Immortals, it's because Breath of the Wild is my favorite 3D Zelda game. And then I also love Greek mythology, so I was like, oh, you put the two together, I'm immediately interested. So I picked it up and I played about 10 hours so far. It's fun, but I can definitely feel some of that Ubisoft map, rubbing off on this game as well. Where there's just so much pointless shit everywhere. It's just like, I get it, like, it's so much value. You have so much you could do, but like, what's the value if none of it means anything?
That's like all you can eat Taco Bell buffet. It's like, I don't want that. I'd rather just go to a nice steakhouse. Like, you have all this food to eat, but do you really want to eat 30 tacos?
You're talking to the wrong podcast. We have a whole segment of our audience is pro Taco Bell. They're probably going to burn you for that.
Yeah.
If Taco Bell had an all-you-can-eat entry fee, I'm all in.
How much? And yes.
We've been getting pressured to do the Taco Bell map out, so.
Dominic, it was nice knowing you.
I've worked at Taco Bell 4 different times in my life.
Whoa.
Fun fact.
Oh my God.
It's the easiest job to get. They don't care. They'll hire anybody.
Anything. No, leave it at anything.
Anything. I like that. Got a
dog in there.
Yeah, we got an alpaca.
You put a fucking black apron on a lawn gnome by the register. Like, that's good enough. It'll make the illusion that we care about helping the inside lobby customers while we just do our drive-through like normal.
Love to pull to the drive-through and see a gnome.
Back to Immortal Phoenix Rising, though. I think where it really shines is the humor. It's a beautiful game, and I like the combat. I think the combat's nice. I like upgrading the combat.
You think it's a beautiful game? I saw that game. I think it looks like crap.
Well, okay, whoa. What console are you playing on? We got to clarify this.
I'm not playing that game. I saw it on, I believe, PS4. Yeah, I saw it. I mean, we're talking about the graphics, right? Yeah. So graphically, I saw it on the PS4. I thought it looked terrible.
Oh, I'm on the One X.
I mean, on a PS4, it looked like a 360 game.
What did you not like about it?
Like the textures?
I think the art style will hold over for a while, like cel-shaded GameCube games, though. It's just an art direction choice.
I swear I saw it. I was like, this looks so bad. Am I just missing
I have it on
it?
Switch, and the Switch is really low resolution because I'm playing it on Switch, but it still looks nice. The art style.
Yeah, when it comes to cartoony games, I am not a graphics snob. If it comes to like a AAA game, then I'm gonna get out my magnifying glass. I don't know. I guess I like the art style. Maybe it's not the graphics. I just like the art style. Said it takes me back to like Disney's Hercules kind of. But the combat at least is pretty cool. Like as soon as I can upgrade anything on my combat based skill tree, I'm all there.
Yeah, I guess it
So I'm
looks
looking forward to
okay.
like more boss fights and shit like that.
Yeah. I can definitely see the Breath of the Wild in it, though.
You don't hear my ringtone, do you?
I don't think so.
No, what is it?
Okay. Oh, it's my Alex Jones, Bill Gates comment.
Can you do this?
Was like, no, you're not going to stick your metal penis in me. You're not going to inject your poisonous semen inside of me. But now I know you're saying I not have no right to be raped by Bill Gates' metal pecker.
That's good. That's a really good Alex Jones.
10 out of 10.
Could you do a quick Alex Jones review of Immortals Phoenix Rising?
Yeah,
Just like a
can
really
you do
quick
the
one?
rest of the Immortals as Alex Jones.
So we got this game setting on ancient Greece, Immortal Phoenix Rising. I don't know if this is like a tie-in with the Illuminati or the Bilderbergs, any of those kind of organizations, but what you got to do is seek out the ancient gods, the globalists of the ancient times. We don't want to deal with the globalists because they want to poison our minds with their propaganda media lies. So what you do is venture out across the lands, and at least you still have the freedom. You have your wings before Big Pharma wants to take away those. You fly around and hover. You can hover with your wings to collect the natural resources. Make sure you go to Infowars.com. We have resources too. We have non-FDA poisoned pharmaceuticals and organic plant-grown products. Anyways, you go around, you collect resources to try to fight the gods. There's nothing more I have to say though. I'm pretty early on in the game.
Wow, Alex, you had a very informative review, and you've linked me to a couple very interesting products. What would you like to see in the future from this company?
They can't take away my weapons.
Well done.
That was beautiful.
Dude, some of my favorite moments is that like it's not like all the time, but like every once in a while, Jason, you'll just send me a voice clip of like just like you doing something like that, and I'll just be sitting there I'll be at work and I'll be like, huh, Jason, the thing, and I'll play it, and it'd be like, yeah, fucking Alex Jones just ranting about something. What the fuck?
I know. I need to just start doing little clips like that on my channel. Just make random audio vlogs. That shit's more interesting to me.
Yeah,
than
I'm pretty sure
news
if I go
bait.
back on my fucking messenger, I have a ton of them. You just sent me over time. Where I'm just like, what the fuck is he doing? It's like 1 a.m.
Oh yeah, I have that luxury at my job. I have downtime. I work my own section of my store, so if I have crazy shit in my head, I'll voice record it and then tag friends on the messenger.
Jason, quit doing your Alex Jones impression and finish.
Why are you yelling at Big Mac and cheese boxes right now?
I'm worried about you. When are you going to do your Christmas songs? Bring those back.
Oh man, I don't know. Spur of the moment. I'll probably do it this year, maybe.
Please.
Maybe
do.
I will. Maybe I won't.
Nothing made me put me more into the spirit of Christmas than hearing your song.
Those are time consuming, but they are worth it. They are funny.
Yes.
I don't want to cut you off, Jason, but we got to move on to the next person here on Game Talk. Who wants to go next? Teddy?
Well, it's funny you should ask. I did not pick a Donkey Kong game. I did, in fact, pick Star Fox Zero, the first game on the Wii U that I've beaten, so that's a big momentous thing. A little backstory about my interest in Star Fox Zero. It is the first Wii U game that I saw that made me want the console. And that's kind of fascinating because the Wii U had a decent lifespan, you know, and this was like 2016 was like one of the last games that came out for it. So nothing I had seen up to that point made me that particularly interested in the Wii U. But I thought, wow, this is cool. I like the gyroscopic feature on the 3DS. I like controlling Mario Kart that way. Maybe Star Fox will be the same. Not exactly. We're going to get into that. Some things about Star Fox Zero I think are important to mention.
It's my turn.
Just kind of like the hype leading up to it was interesting. I know a lot of people didn't really buy into it, but I did like the Nintendo shorts that they were doing with the puppets. And there's like a little backstory with Shigeru Miyamoto talking about walking under archways in Japan. And so I thought like that was interesting. And as far as the actual game, it's said to be kind of a Star Fox 64 remake in a sense. It is. It follows the same basic framework as Star Fox 64, where Pigma betrays the team and Andra survives, and your father James McLeod is missing, and you go across a lot of the same kind of levels, but they're replayed in a completely different way. So yes, you go through the R wing, and you might see some nostalgic, memories of these planets, but the gameplay is just completely different. You first off have four mechanisms for controlling in the game. You have the R-Wing, you have the Walker, which is a Star Fox 2 thing, you have the Gyro Wing, and you have the Landmaster. Every stage has about 3 phases, and they can often try and vary how you play with those different armaments, I guess I'll call them. If I'm just talking strictly about the way that the level plays, they're interesting, and there's some levels that are good and some levels that just aren't. I think, when we look at like Star Fox 64, there's a lot of classic stages, and I would say the worst is probably that underwater one, which at worst is a nuisance. In Star Fox Zero, you have some really good ones like your Corneria, and then I think there's actually some really standout ones that kind of remind me of a kind of Star Wars Death Star kind of vibe. But then the ones that are bad are just awful. I remember spending upwards of 30 to 40 minutes in Zone S. Zone S is like a stage that was really good in Star Fox 64, but in the Star Fox Zero version, you have to pilot the gyro wing in order to turn off like 4 nuclear things, and there's like these armaments that like look to see if your ship is found. That's half the length of Star Fox 64. That is kind of like padding in a sense for this game, and it's really just a disruptor to the overall experience. I picked this up 3 times. It took me my 3rd time to be able to finish it. And part of the real problem has to do with the gamepad. When it comes to the actual gameplay of Star Fox Zero, you are using the Wii U gamepad as a sort of cockpit view of the level. On the main screen, you would see the ship from a third-person perspective. And the issue that I really have with it is that I really want to be able to pay attention to the top screen and to experience the level that way, but it really just messes with your aim because you're doing a kind of gyroscopic aiming with the gamepad. So there's often this kind of confusion of where you look. Sometimes you're supposed to look at the TV, and sometimes you're supposed to look at the gamepad while you're playing, and it's just not clear all the time when you're supposed to do which. I never game overed across the time playing through this game, but I did lose a couple ships at a couple annoying segments, and so it was a little bit frustrating in that regard. Do I think it's the most heinous, awful creation from Nintendo, an offender to the Star Fox series? No. I think it was interesting, and I did appreciate the new spin, but at the end of the day, I think it's something that's interesting and not necessarily fun. This was an experience in frustration through a couple levels, but I am glad to say that I gave it the fair shot. There was one line of text that had me kind of emotional during it. Those who've played through the game know what that is. But other than that, I would say if you like the Star Fox series and if you are interested, that you should give it a try. It's worth playing in that sense. Is it worth playing for a good Star Fox game? No, this is not a good Star Fox game. But is it respectable? In my eyes, yes.
I've always said that I think this game would be phenomenal if they just made it work with the standard controls. And the game actually, I don't think you've tried it, but the game actually has a co-op feature where,
I've seen it,
where one player just plays with the Pro Controller or whatever on the TV and flies, and then the other player plays with the cockpit view on the gamepad and shoots. And that, like that way of playing it is really fun. Because it kind of, has, both, players working together, and it kind of, pretty simple. But yeah, having to do both things at once. I bought this game brand new for $60. I won't say I hated it. I would say I had fun with it, but I never got the hang of the controls. They never become seamless where I'm just like, oh yeah, this makes sense. Like the whole time I'm like, oh yeah, gotta look, okay, gotta look here, gotta look there. Okay, gotta use this. It's always feels kind of cumbersome. So if they would have found a way to fix this game and put it on Switch, I think it could be like one of the better like Star Fox arcade style games.
I agree with you, and I think it's really frustrating that the R-Wing, which is supposed to be super smooth and has piloted great through both Super Nintendo version, 64, and Assault, is just cumbersome in this version. One thing that is useful is in the main menu, you do get that kind of like Metal Gear Solid VR style experience with each of the vehicles. And so like that's kind of a nice refresher before you go back in. But my thing is, it's already a pain in the ass just setting up the Wii U. And now I have to go reteach myself how to pilot the damn Landmaster, the Walker. The Walker's the one that's used the most. The Gyro Wing I used once, and the Landmaster came up like 2 or 3 times. So it's not like, I mean, those are annoying in a sense, but the fact that not like the best one is the Walker in compared to the R-Wing is kind of frustrating. One thing I think would really fix this experience is if they really just perfected how it played on the TV, and if you could like see the map with the live UAV of all of the enemy units on the screen. I think that would have been amazing, and it would have been a benign usage of the gamepad. Like, I get that they were trying to do something that uses the Wii U gamepad, but it ended up hurting the end product, and so that's disappointing. You live and you learn, and I think Star Fox will come back with a bang.
I bought this on launch. I'm sure Alex did as well.
Yeah.
And I guess I'll take the harsh position on this one. I hated this game. It was easily my least favorite Wii U game. If I look at the library and there's some shit games on there, this is like the bottom one for me. Practically gave me carpal tunnel syndrome trying to beat this. I beat it in one sitting. Maybe that was my problem. You said there are some levels that are an experiment in frustration. The entire game for me was an experience in frustration. I admire that they chose to do something different and tried to create something that hasn't been done before. That's where my appreciation for this game ends. I see it as a car wreck. I don't know if it's Platinum Games or if it was Nintendo who insisted, I'm sure, that they had to use the stupid controls. I'm not sure which one screwed it up, so I'm just going to blame both of them and say this was a complete travesty.
Miyamoto.
Yeah,
I know that it was his insistence on doing it. I don't know if it could have been good, and Platinum Games just didn't know how to do it.
They finished it on record saying we did it without motions. He's like, no, we keep the motions in.
Yeah, well, to this thing, and which I believe is why they got the job to begin with, is in Bayonetta 2, it had like a flight section, and there's actually like an unlockable R-Wing you can get and play it that way, and like and it plays nice. It's like a little shooter section, and I think that led to them getting the job on Star Fox, but. Yeah, you could definitely feel some like Miyamoto tampering here.
But I don't know if that part of it could have been good with the right developer. I'm not sure. I just don't know. I may hate Nintendo for making them do that. Let's start there. I absolutely think Nintendo screwed up there. I don't know if Platinum Games just didn't make it good. Yeah, because
Platinum's got a solid track record. They only have like 2 shitty games that I could count.
Yeah, but of this kind of game, aren't they usually more like beat 'em ups, like action?
Look at Nier Automata. There's shoot 'em up sections a lot in that game, and that shit's awesome.
Yeah, but with the Wii U controller, I don't know. I just don't know that they could have handled the Wii U thing, and I don't know if anybody could. That's why I don't know who to cast the blame on.
They could have made it just for the Pro controller and say, hey, we don't want to use gyros and camera. Just play it with the D-pad or analog with the face buttons. There you go.
Yeah, I definitely don't want to take any blame away from Nintendo. They certainly have their fair share on this one. So I don't know. This game just to me was a complete disaster.
I agree. It was a train wreck, and there's no reason that as the last game on the Wii U, it should be one of the worst examples of the Wii U.
Oh well, dude, it's 2016 Nintendo, so they're just driving into cliffs and everything else. It's just fucking this Chibi Robo Ziplash, Amiibo Festival, fucking. Hey Pikmin, Federation Force. They don't know what the hell they're doing anymore. At like 2016.
Paper Mario, Color Splash.
Yeah, Color Splash. I don't know what the fuck's going on in 2016. They're just like, Just try it. Just do it. I don't care.
I think one of the boons to this, though, is that if you're a Star Fox fan, you can safely take a pass on this because it's basically 64, even though it's not. So it's really only at that point for the mega fans, which is kind of a disservice to the Star Fox fan base because it's basically like the nail in the coffin. But really, it doesn't deserve to be one game that cements whether we get more Star Fox games or not. I think it was nice that we got Starlink after that with some real Star Fox tie-in story and with the R-Wing. This game was unique and it was cool, but if you're looking for something that actually controls, Starlink is your bet. I do like one thing I was messing with is I have the Fox and the Falco amiibo, so you can actually use the Super Nintendo style ship if you tap the Fox amiibo.
That's kind of cool.
And so that was a nice aesthetic choice. And also, I do love how polished it looks as far as like being a reimagining of Star Fox 64.
Yeah.
And,
Graphically,
you know,
looks
I
strong.
know the carpal tunnel thing, like it makes sense, especially if you're doing it in one sitting. And I had to keep recentering the gyroscope, but it's easy. It's real easy once you get the fact of like, I'm maybe easy is an overstatement, but it's basically like a twin stick in a sense because you are using the left analog to move, and then you're using left and right on the right analog to turn, and then right trigger is your fire. So it is pretty benign. And then Y is recenter. So everything is like within grasp on the gamepad. It is weird. It is not solid smooth, which is like really what anybody who loves Star Fox wants and knows, but it's playable barely.
And that's my other issue is that Star Fox 64 is already a retelling of Star Fox 1, so this is like the third fucking time we've done this.
I know, but like, you know, it's interesting how they switch it up. So like Attack Carrier, which is always the first boss in like 64 and SNES, suddenly becomes one of the last bosses, but it becomes all range mode. I love how they like switch things up like that. And well, I guess one of the hard things was that some of these boss battles were just really hard. Like, and combined with the fact that you're dealing with understanding controls and like 5 different objectives at once. God, that final Andros battle, forget it.
Oh my God.
It becomes a nuisance. And so I will definitely acknowledge that.
What's the best Star Fox?
Man.
Did I just drop a bomb on you?
Yeah, it's really debatable. I don't know. So many of them are good for different reasons.
I like Super
I would argue
Nintendo for the
first
soundtrack.
Super Nintendo soundtrack is a classic, for sure.
To me, it's 64.
And even that kind of computer graphic style of the Super Nintendo one is great, but I have to go 64 as well. Something about that like 1 hour playthrough and this kind of like diverging path. You don't really get that in the Super Nintendo. You get to pick your path, which is cool. But and then the voice dialogue is classic. That was another thing. I wish that the voice dialogue like had that same kind of exaggeration in this one. It almost felt pacified. I don't know. Maybe that's just me nitpicking.
I'm a Star Fox 2 fan, so I'm gonna say Star Fox 2 is my favorite. So
I really want to play the Japanese port of the N64 game. I want to hear their lingo in Japanese.
Oh, I've heard a little bit of it. It's funny. Arwing ikimashou. Means
I don't know why Falco seems like he would sound like Hi-Hatchy to me.
Let's go American Falco.
Falco's in Chad.
Anything else about Star Fox Zero, Teddy?
Oh, 0 regrets, 0 fucks given.
Still not as good as Star Fox Command. Moving on. Spencer, you want to go next?
Sure. I'll go next.
What you got? Minesweeper?
No. I just know that this community doesn't like this game. That's fine. My pick is World of Warcraft Shadowlands.
Fuck yeah! Terry's gonna love this.
Yeah, I know. I was thinking like, oh my god.
Expect an essay.
Whatever. It's the latest expansion from World of Warcraft, the popular MMORPG, or the becoming less and less popular MMORPG. I'm a huge MMORPG fan. I played pretty much all of them.
Wow.
I think,
All of them ever.
unfortunately, that kind of game is pretty much out of favor at this point, and is pretty well-worn territory and kind of boring. So it's interesting to see like a new expansion, see how they try to mix it up. They took the level cap, which was I believe 120, and they smashed it back down to 60, which is pretty impressive. So they had to do a lot of different stat and calculation requirements for that. And they give you a new place to start journeying. And what I guess, I mean, if you I don't need to explain what World of Warcraft is, but like, I guess what I wanted to try out from it was to see how they evolve the MMORPG, or how they choose to evolve the genre. And I can definitely tell that they really are focused on a single player experience for the leveling up. They pretty much don't care about multiplayer at all, which I have mixed feelings about because it's a massively multiplayer game. So it's like, I don't know, it seems like your audience is a little confused. But they basically made a Witcher kind of game, or really, I guess more accurately, an Ubisoft kind of game, where you just have a shitload of quests on a map and you just can go do them in the order that you choose. And one thing I didn't like about it is that the whole world scales with you. So if you're level 18, let's say, all the enemies will either be 17, 18, or 19. And then if you level up, they will level up with you. The cons of that is that you don't feel like you grow from place to place. You can't really go back and revisit a place and stomp, like finish up little quests or something, just because they're the same level as you. So kind of everywhere feels the same. The pros are that you can go back and farm for requirements and farm for, like, if you need to upgrade your collecting skills, you can go back there and still kill stuff and it'll still give you experience. So that's kind of cool. But I think the cons are stronger than the pros there. I wish I could play more of the late game, but it takes a little bit of time to level. I've done both the Horde and the Alliance side, and I can safely say the Alliance is way, way more interesting. It follows more of a Nordic style of gameplay, or sorry, of world, and the Horde follows more like a tribal, like Native American almost, or Incan style, and I don't really care about that culture, so I really, really like the Alliance one. I didn't really care for the Horde. That's really the most I have to say about it. Overall, I'd say it's probably a negative. I don't think they did a very good job of bringing people back, and I think the stats are kind of showing that. But I do like playing it. I just don't know if I would play it for a long time, and I think that's what an MMORPG is supposed to make you want to do. So,
you want to stay to that?
Ow! Wow! Wow!
What's the wow? What's the level of entry for like newcomers? Like, say I wanted to get into this.
It's disgustingly newbie friendly. It's like painfully friendly to new players, which kills it for me. What I loved about it was how difficult it used to be, and how you just didn't know shit, and they just plopped you in like good luck, and you kind of figured it out. But that's the magic of it, is that you learn it and through trial and error. Nowadays, it's handheld, tutorialed, and just like, here you go. You get to level 10 almost with your hand being held the entire time. They're just like guiding you. Make sure you upgrade your skills. Like, they have a big thing that points at it, and you gotta. And I made a character 3 times, so I had to go through it every time. It's dismal.
Gave me the RuneScape flashbacks, trying to just like get some hay, and some people level 60 just come massacre you. Dude, I'm trying to farm, literally. Dude, played a little bit of World of Warcraft back in the day. I enjoyed it, but it was like a pay by the month thing, so I did it for 3 months, and that was it. It's interesting that it did kind of get replaced. You know, that used to be like the Fortnite nowadays, I guess, would be like the World of Warcraft.
Fortnite.
Yeah.
Well, just in terms of just huge internet phenomenon.
Yeah.
That people buy into. What do you think is the fate for Blizzard and Co. with Warcraft?
I think that the MMORPGs in their current incarnation are cancer. They're just not. They're not sustainable when you have a game like Fortnite or something that you can just kids can play for free and just fuck around in. I just don't see how you could sustain it, and they're losing numbers like crazy. The format's really boring too. They've been kind of at the same thing for a long time now, and other people have done it better. Final Fantasy XIV is like by the numbers a better game. It's just I don't have as much rooted in it, so I just don't go over.
Yeah, I'm scared to touch that game. I want to, but I don't.
What would dissuade you from it? Just the time?
Yeah, it's an investment, dude. We're not talking 200 hours. You're talking like 500 to a fucking 1,000 hours worth of game. I'm good.
Well, and the other thing that sucks about them is nowadays they're not difficult. The point is more of a checklist system, like a Ubisoft game. Like it's nothing that you can say like, oh, I couldn't beat this level. Like in the classic WoW, there were parts of it that were just, if you didn't have a friend to help you through it, you just get fucked. Like it's just too hard. Nowadays, like dungeons, for example. Back in the day, I don't know when you used to play, Teddy, but at the end of Wrath of the Lich King, they introduced something called Dungeon Finder, which you could just queue up in a dungeon, you just be teleported to it. Well, it sounds like a really novel idea, but it also ruins the dungeons, because then they're not like cool places that are hard to explore. They're like, you just run through it, you finish it, you say later losers, and then you teleport out, and then it's gone. Whereas before, it wasn't every night that you could do a dungeon. You had to fight your way through it. You had to see if you could get people that wanted to do it with you. You had to get like-minded individuals who'd be willing to share loot, et cetera, and that was part of the fun of it. And I think people forgot that was part of the fun of it, and now it's the most forgettable part of the game is doing dungeons. So it hurts content, really.
Is a pity. Terry, what do you think?
Yeah, Terry, let me hear it.
Fucking World of Warcraft fucked Warcraft up the ass. Don't like it.
Yeah, I don't give a shit about MMO. I played a little bit of Final Fantasy 14. It was cool, but I'm just not an MMO guy. Oh, and I tried Phantasy Star Online, but just, like I said, just don't care that much.
It's not really an MMO.
Whatever. Same thing to me.
Yeah, unless I'm doing like quick deathmatch, just killing each other, I'm good. On like a story or like a narrative-based online-only game, it's not my thing either.
Class did you pick? What is it called?
What'd you ask? What class?
What class did you pick? Yeah.
I went out of the box and picked a warrior, which was fun. I don't usually, when I play these games, I do spellcasters. So then I did warlock, which is my original thing. I have an affinity for darkness, for like the evil stuff. But warlock didn't.
That was the edgiest thing I've ever heard you say. I have an affinity for darkness.
For darkness. Yeah, it should be.
Spencer, 2021.
I have an affinity for darkness?
That's his caption.
That was very black metal of you.
Yeah.
You win the Black Metal Award.
No, it's funny. I always pick like evil, like dark magic kind of things. I don't know why I always liked it, but I don't like the way the warlock
They're
played.
so strong.
Yeah, and so I picked a priest, which can go shadow priest. So I picked the shadow priest, and I'm actually really liking that one.
Nice.
Welcome to a world. A whole new world.
I will show you a world.
All right, Terry, come at me. I'm done. Go ahead.
Okay, I guess I'm anchoring this bitch. So I played my 3DS. Isn't that a shocker? Wow! Wow! And I've been playing my 3DS a little more lately. And I was originally gonna, as a joke, because I knew we were gonna have Jason on, I was gonna do a Pokemon game. But I changed my mind. I'm not doing a Pokemon game.
Wait, can you fill us in why that's a joke?
Jason, do you want to say why it's a joke?
I don't get the appeal. I'm not a Pokemon fan. I understand people would like it because of the gameplay, but I have no nostalgia for it. I didn't watch it as a kid or collect the cards. My brother did for a minute, but I missed the boat on that, so I don't get it. I do like monster collecting in Dragon Quest VIII, and doing the tournaments in that was fun, and Ni no Kuni, but that's as close as it gets.
Yeah, I always see.
Talk about right there.
I always see Jason post Pokemon memes and stuff.
stuff.
Where it says, I don't see the difference in these photos. It shows all the FIFA games and it shows all the different Pokemon games.
Yeah,
so
shit like
true.
that. So I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna do it. So I'm not saying what I picked is much better, but I think it's more interesting. I just want to. This isn't what I picked, but just a show of hands, how many of you guys have played Zelda 2?
Oh, I have. I love that game.
That's
I like it
I
better.
haven't
I like
played
it better than Zelda 1, which is like heresy to people.
I also like Zelda 2 better than Zelda 1. I think that game's more interesting.
Makes three of us.
Oh,
I
really?
like the music too. I think it has better songs too.
Well, I've been buying some 3DS games, and stay with me here. One of my endeavors was, I'm a pretty big animation fan, so I wanted to get all of the games based on Adventure Time for the 3DS, and I did that. And the first one they released was Adventure Time: Hey Ice King, Why'd You Steal Our Garbage? And it's a love letter to Zelda 2. It's made by Way Forward, and it was overseen by the creator of the show. And yeah, it's basically like if they took Zelda 2 and like fixed the issues with that game. So like it's it's very clear what your objectives are, and Zelda 2 could be a little
Cryptic.
Yeah, a little cryptic. So this game kind of fixes that, where it's it's a little more straightforward. But it's the same concept. Like you have like an overworld map with like monsters, like in like random battles. It's got, when you go to towns and levels and dungeons, it's like side-scrolling action with like sword play and all these different moves you can get. There's even like a down thrust, like Link had a down thrust. It's very cool, and it's by the Way Forward team, so it has the same kind of polish as say the like Shantae series, does. But it's just based on the Adventure Time cartoon. I don't know. I found this game to be really fun and charming. It's super short. It's like 5 hours long. And I played through it, and I don't know. I had a really fun time. I was pleasantly surprised because I have played other games in this, in the Adventure Time series before, and they try different things. Like I think one's like a turn-based RPG, one's like a point and click, one's like a dungeon crawler. But this is the best one, like in my opinion, and it was only on the DS and 3DS. And I just, me being a fan of Zelda 2, and I'm also a fan of like the Wonder Boy and like Monster World games that kind of have that like side-scrolling RPG action. It was really appealing to me. The game had some really funny moments. I think one of my favorite moments is that there's a boss fight with this guy. I forgot his name, but it's like Bobbity, the cutest warrior, and it's like starts up like the boss fight. It cues his like health bar, and you hit him one time, and he like falls to dust. He just dies, and then you do like a little victory dance. And I was like, I don't know, that was like the funniest shit to me at the time, because I was expecting some like really tricky boss fight, but I just hit him one time, and I was like, da-da-da-da-da! And I was like, oh, okay, sure, whatever. And there's some other really funny moments in the game. It really stays faithful to like the quirky nature of the Adventure Time cartoon. So yeah, that was my pick.
Sounds pretty cool. I know PS3 also has a really good like dungeon crawling RPG Adventure Time game.
Yeah, it's I think you're thinking of the Secret of the Nameless Kingdom. I think I have that one on PS3 as well, and that one's like more like a Link to the Past style Zelda. So that's pretty cool.
I like that you said that it was appealing because it is Donkey Kong month. It's
Shut the fuck up, Spencer. Just shut the fuck up. Just get out. Just leave.
Like
When
banana
are we
peel?
gonna get a new Donkey Kong game? I mean, maybe I'm hoping that's what Retro Studios is doing, because I don't think they're doing Metroid.
Yeah, I think a Donkey Kong Country inspired Adventure Time would be a nice tie-in. So, DK wears a tie.
Did you watch all the cartoon of Adventure Time?
Yeah, sadly, I have all 10 seasons in the collector's edition DVD set.
Oh my god.
I told you, dude. I like animation. I mean, that's kind of like one of my things. Like, if I wasn't talking about gaming on YouTube, which I've tried, I'd be talking about animation. It's just there's not really a big market for that. I've tried it. Nobody really gives a shit. So.
So, first off, from the Zelda guy, that was awesome. Those sounds like real cool Zelda-style games. I have no knowledge or anything of Adventure Time. Do you think I'd like it?
No. It's I don't know. I mean, I like it, but it also I think the show started airing like my last year of high school. No, sorry, not my last year, but like my first year of high school. So I was still, a teenager, and I was still fairly, watching, newer cartoons. I don't watch a lot of newer cartoons now. But it still has like an air of like, I don't know, like stupid like kid vibe to the cartoon. It does get like, it's like one of those shows that like when it started out, it was kind of like this goofy show, and then like I think as they got into like, I think it's like season 5 or so, actually do get like they pick up with the show's narrative, because it did like attract like an older audience, so it actually did like build a cool narrative. I mean, the fucking last episode is like they ended it with like 2 of the female characters like sharing a kiss, because they were like, fuck it, what are they gonna do, cancel us? Like, this is the last episode of the show. It's just there's yeah, I mean, I don't think you would like it, but it's definitely like, no, it's more unique than most like cartoon shows. So,
I used to watch a little bit because of circumstances. I was forced to watch it quite a bit. That and Bob's Burgers. It's unfortunate that they made me watch it so much because I got really sick of them. But I mean, I thought it was a pretty good show for what it was. What was it? What was it? There was like certain characters in it that I was always happy to see. It's like the bros, or I can't remember. Sometimes I get it mixed up with Aqua Teen Hunger Force because they have some similarities. Obviously, they're very different shows, but they have a couple like similarities. But just some of the characters are really, really funny. I think there's something that you would like in it, Teddy. Just I don't think you'd like it as a whole.
Yeah, like there's probably jokes you would like. Like one of my favorite episodes, like joke wise, is that there's an entire, because like the main characters are like Finn the human and then Jake the dog, and Jake the dog can like morph his body and like contort and stuff. And there's a whole episode where it's just Finn off doing his own thing, and then at the very end of the episode, one of the side characters asks, "Hey, where's Jake?" And he's like, "Oh, he's been in my shirt pocket this entire time." And he opens his shirt pocket, and Jake just like farts, and that's like the end joke of the episode. And it's just like, what? And they just cut the black, and it's just like, what? That's how you end the episode? It's stupid.
Okay, I found him. I like Lumpy Space Princess and Tree Trunks.
Oh, I love Lumpy Space Princess because she's voiced by Pendleton Ward, the creator of the show, which is just a big bearded man. He's doing like a oh my god like voice, and then Tree Trunks is voiced by an actual old lady, which is hilarious.
Yeah.
Which that reminds me, on the start screen of this game, if you put in the Konami code, a like 8-bit version of Pendleton Ward will start dancing, and he's like, "Secret screen, you found the secret screen, secret screen." It's stupid. It serves no purpose, but it's just there.
That's a good little touch.
Yeah. Well, he wanted to do like, I think he originally wanted to do like the Pepsi Man thing, where the guy was just be like yelling at the TV, being like, "Pepsi for TV game" or whatever, and but I think they had to settle for that. But no, if you like platformers and Zelda 2, it's cool. Way Forward, they do pretty good shit. Shantae, they did the Mighty Switch Force games and stuff. So I like some of their output. So I was pleasantly surprised by this game. It's pretty good. It got like 8s, I think. Like 7s and 8s.
I wish Konami would sell Castlevania rights to Way Forward and just do Nintendo exclusives.
That would be fucking awesome. Yeah. So,
start a petition,
or what's the name? The Inti creates, right? They do like the Bloodstained stuff.
Yeah, they're good too.
So. Shovel Knight.
That's Yacht Clubs. Did y'all play Cyber Shadow? I just beat that recently.
Fuck yes, that game is. I haven't beat it because I suck, but that game's awesome.
The hardest boss is it's not even the last boss. It's the fucking water dragon in the 4th stage. That boss is bullshit. It's like a Ninja Gaiden game, basically.
Yeah, I was pretty excited for that because I'm a big Shovel Knight fan. So
I'll keep my eyes out for Cyberpunk.
What?
Cyber Shadow 77. It's on Game Pass, so you can play it for free if you just make a new account and do the $1 Game Pass.
Wow. For free.
If you want to be
$2.99 now.
if you want to be cheap.
So,
Need to own an Xbox One in order to be cheap.
I think it's on PC Game Pass. You might want to look into that.
Oh.
what a way for me to end fucking Game Talk with Adventure Time.
That show's quirky. I've seen a couple episodes with like my nephew. I don't dislike it or anything. I'm just not gonna watch it.
Yeah, I got the See, I have the box set of it, and like it comes in like a really cool like almost like a pop-up book style thing with like all the DVDs and like different sleeves. It's super fucking cool.
The only box set of old cartoons I want complete with everything is Beavis and Butthead and Ren and Stimpy. I'll rewatch all of that, no problem.
Dude, I have a little Ren and Stimpy sitting on my computer desk right now.
I must be the most boring adult ever because I like King of the Hill. That's my favorite.
King of the Hill's awesome though.
It's good, but it's dry. But I like its humor too. I like Boomhauer and Dale.
I like Pocket Sand.
I like all of
Guns don't kill people. The government does.
it. It makes me laugh that it shouldn't be a cartoon. Like,
Yeah, I like John Rickborn.
they just went out of their way to make a
basically-
thing that shouldn't be a cartoon.
It's just kind of like a redneck sitcom in cartoon form.
Yeah.
The advantages of being an animated show, there is none.
There's no advantage.
It's no advantage.
Yeah, nothing cartoony happens on that show. That show could be remade in live action, which they should maybe do in the future.
No.
Just scene by scene.
Just scene by scene, just a remake of it. What the hell are
I
you
want
doing? Damn it, Bobby.
Like in 30 years.
the
That, you know,
paintball
Hollywood
episode remade.
Hollywood will do that. Let's remake something that's old in live action.
Yeah.
There's a fan base for that, for the King of the Hill. Up into like Middle America.
I love that show. I think it's great.
I could play that whole theme song on guitar. Yeah.
Yeah. It's awesome. Did you I don't know. You want to give us a review of something as Alex Jones before we sign off?
Wait, it's
Nah.
gotta be one of two games, Alex.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So on this show, we have two games that we are I guess infamous for, and you have to pick one. They are Clue Land or Columns.
Hello? Everything dropped out.
Yeah.
Oh.
Hello?
Oh, did you hear me? I guess not.
No. Say it again.
Okay, so on this show, we are infamous for bringing up two pretty terrible games, and they are Clue Land and Columns. I want you to pick one of those.
I don't think I played Clue Land, and that name is just offensive. It sounds very much like a Klansman game.
Okay, so in that case, can you give us an Alex Jones review of Columns?
Not right now because I'm back home with the wife. She's just
no.
Wrap it up.
Oh, pick your person. You can do
I don't have
anyone.
it in
Do
me.
classic game room columns.
Well, today we're going to be reviewing Columns. It's a nifty joint. You drop colored shaped spheres into shapes of blocks. You're kind of like playing with my different colored ice cube trays in the freezer as I'm getting this nice surge drink to play right now. It's like Tetris, except it's not.
That's pretty much classic game room. I've been watching one of those videos for years.
He doesn't make them anymore.
Welcome
Doesn't he
to
have
a
Patreon?
turbo volcano.
I thought he rebranded, and he has a different channel where he does like office supply reviews.
He did like comics for like a year, I think.
I've seen one last. He reviewed like Whiteout for like from Staples. So I'm like, what is this guy doing?
If you find that, please send it to us.
Yeah, that'd be amazing.
Yeah, I'll DM you later if I could find it. I forgot the channel name, but yeah, he has another channel. And he's doing office supplies like paper clips and trapper keepers. Like, what is this? This guy's lost his mind.
I know it's
Welcome
really
to
sad, but it does sound kind of interesting. I don't know.
Welcome to the Whiteout Review. That's amazing. Well, Black Metal Gamer, buddy, thank you for coming on this episode of Game Talk.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Well done.
You guys got any last words?
Join us next
Bye.
time. Sorry, you.
Buy
yeah, you get the last-
If you have PS5, buy Returnal. We need unique games. We don't need Sony to be like, oh, quirky, weird games. Nah, let's throw that in the trash too.
I would say don't slip on a banana peel. Make sure that you celebrate Donkey Kong Month right by hitting subscribe to the Button Mappers and watching all of our Donkey Kong related content, including this episode. Right?
I can promise you.
Did I do that right?
I can promise you, we're not doing Donkey Kong Month.
Until next month. See you there.
See ya.
Hey y'all, don't forget to subscribe to them Button Mappers.